Peck also mentions 4 stages of spiritual development. The stages fit perfectly the quadrant model. Stage 1 is chaotic. Chaos marks the first square. Air can be described as chaotic. Air is the first square element. The idealist can be described as sort of chaotic, although I have to admit that the first square is good, but in Peck's model, the first stage is not described as good. Stage 2, there is blind faith in authority figures. Blind faith is characteristic of the second square temperament, the guardian. Stage 3 is skepticism. The artisan is a thinker. When you think, you question things. The third square temperament is the artisan. Square 4, the person gains an appreciation for mystery and beauty. The fourth square is the rational temperament. People who contemplate immerse themselves in mystery and have an appreciation for mystery. The fourth square is always transcendent. The book The Man Who Mistook His Hat for His Wife is a renowned book by Oliver Sacks. The book has 4 sections. My professors at UCSD talked a lot about the book. My Professor Ramachandran at UCSD is a professor who discussed the book. McLuhan's tetrad has 4 parts. What does a medium enhance? What does the medium make obsolete? What does the medium retrieve that has been obsolesced earlier? What does a medium flip into when pushed to extremes? Here's McLuhan's tetrad. Below is depicted the stereotype content model. You see the 4 quadrants. If there's high competence in low warmth, it's a paternalistic stereotype, and then there's 3 others: contemptuous stereotype, admiration, and envious stereotype. The 4 quadrants. Relations of various 4 temperament theories are depicted here. Why is this man smiling? The Unknown Known, a book by about Donald Rumsfeld. It says Zizek proposed a 4th transcendent category, unknown knowns. Rumsfeld is famous for saying that there are no knowns. When asked about weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, he claimed that it was known that he knew there were WMDs. So there's known knowns, unknown knowns, known unknowns, and unknown unknowns. I already talked about the Johari window, the 4 squares. I took a class at UCSD on child development. The professor described that the reason why the abacus works is because it has 4 beads that the person uses to count, and people can do high-level calculation around the number 4. In the child development class that I took, the professor explained how children learn numbers. He said that children have a difficult time learning the numbers 1, 2, and 3. At this point, the child does not understand the concept of number. According to the professor, learning the number 4 was the most difficult for children. But the professor discussed that after the child learns the number 4, the child somehow magically achieves the cardinality principle, which means the child now understands the concept of number and how number works. And learning numbers becomes easy for the child. The professor told the class that psychologists are not sure why it is that children learn numbers that way. The reason, I would say, is it reflects the quadrant pattern. And the quadrant pattern is the basis of reality. Working memory was thought to be based around the magic number 7 plus or minus 2, but after more research, Cohen and other psychologists have now determined the magic number in working memory is 4. Cohen says that working memory has a capacity of about 4 in adults and less in children. Alright, I'll continue hopefully in a minute.